Alrighty guys, what's going on? Highside Broadcasting coming back to you guys again here today. Not live, but this time it'll be recorded for, we're coming back here on the NASCAR Racing 2002 game here on the PC, on the computer, for Season 2. You guys look up at the top of the screen, you guys see the 2024 season. I know it's been a few months since we go back, since I did the 2023 season. I went and got everything ready for the 2024 season, but never actually got around to doing it. Started my new job and got into ERL and was racing over there. And have had, a lot of things going on in my personal life, had things come up, things happen. So with that being said, I really ran out of time to do this, but I won't be doing this near as often where I was posting 4 or 5 of these a day. Just hope to do 1 or 2 of these a week, maybe turn this into a weekly series, and maybe this will last, the whole 36 weeks to do this. Maybe it'll get done in 20 weeks. The other one got done in a couple months, so it wasn't very long, But with that being said, here we are for the 2024 season. Obviously, as you know, I started last year, season 1, the 2023 season, where we did the roster from last year. And then, rather than just updating the roster for the 2024 year, this year, I decided to take it into my own hands and we'll do our own free agency. We started with the real roster, but from there, we're doing our own thing. So, just because that person is in a car in real life doesn't mean that person's going to be in the same car here. So, we will go through the roster and we will announce the changes before we get into this and start the season off. We'll actually do that now. Christopher Bell, the defending champion from a season ago. Let me go ahead and pull up. Yeah, here we are. So, here we are. So, Ross Chastain. Obviously, we have contracts and everything. I posted all that. If you guys go look at the community, all the rosters and contracts is there. I'm not looking at that info now, so I can't tell you what these guys' contracts are looking like. But Ross Chastain is back in the 1 car. I believe it is a multi-year deal. Austin Cindric back in the 2 car, though. He might have 1 year left on his contract. I'm not sure. Austin Dillon back in the 3. Josh Berry in the 4. I believe I made this choice before Harvick announced Berry was going to be in the 4. I don't remember. Kyle Larson. You guys can also see I changed up a lot of their paint schemes as well. Here's Kyle Larson in the 5, Brad Keselowski returning in the 6, that's a different scheme. Corey LaJoie returning in the 7, that's different. Kyle Busch, a different scheme, running the 8 car. Chase Elliott back in the 9, went winless, just like real life, went winless a season ago. Not good for him. Here we go, our first change. Todd Gilliland is in the 10. Was booted out of the 38, and he's going to be running in the 10 this season, so that's our first big change here. We got Denny Hamlin here in the 11. I want to make sure the screen is really nice and good. Ryan Blaney in the 12. Chase Briscoe in the 14. Justin Haley full-time in the 15, not the 51. AJ Allmendinger is back in the 16. We know that car is a bunch of different drivers in real life. He is the 16 for this year. Chris Buescher, the 17. Martin Truex, the 19. Christopher Bell, the 20. Matt DiBenedetto back in the 21. So we know he drove the 21 a couple seasons ago in real life. Got booted out of the ride. And Harrison Burton has been driving it since. He was driving it in Season 1. He got the boot. And Matt DiBenedetto will be driving it in Season 2. Joey Logano here in the 22. Bubba Wallace, a different scheme back in the 23. William Byron, a different scheme in the 24. Daniel Hemrick has replaced Haley in the 31, just like real life. Austin Hill, not a full-time driver, but he will be for the Daytona 500. We will get into the part-timers. Austin Hill is one of them, though that is a sweet-looking scheme. Michael McDowell in the 34. That's a different scheme from a season ago. Riley Herbst running the Daytona 500 here. Zane Smith is in the 38, so that is who replaced Todd Gilliland, who went to the 10, and Eric Almirola then retired. Ryan Preece in the 41, that's a cool-looking scheme, different from a season ago. John Hunter Nemechek in the 42. Eric Jones in the 43, both different schemes. J.J. Yeley running part-time here in the 44. Tyler Reddick, a different scheme in the 45. Actually, that might be the same scheme. I don't remember. Ricky Stenhouse, the 47. I don't know if that's different Bowman, a different scheme here in the 48. Cole Custer running full-time in the 51 for Rick Ware. So they will have 2 full-time cars. They will have some part-time cars, which we will get into. Ty Gibbs in the 54. David Reagan running the Daytona 500 in the 60. Same thing with Anthony Alfredo. Carson Hocevar, the driver of the 77. Jimmy Johnson doing part-time. We will skip Gregson for a minute. Daniel Suarez back in the 99. And then Noah Gragson. So maybe some of you that know me, this scheme looks familiar. So obviously High Side Broadcasting, my channel here on YouTube, we have bought the charter from the 78 car. So BJ McLeod is now running part-time in the 78. High Side Motorsports has bought the charter and has opened up the number 98 car and chose Noah Gragson to be the driver. You guys can see Nationwide is the sponsor. I chose the 98 car, and I chose this paint scheme because if you guys go back 4 years to when I was racing on NASCAR Heat 5 was just starting, I ran the custom scheme that I had was the 98 car. It was a custom scheme, the 98, and I mean, I ran this forever. All the leagues I was in, I ran this. This was my iconic scheme from way back when in the day. So I got it as close as I could here and made it on this game and decided we're going to get Noah Gragson to drive the car. It's a Ford, just like I ran 4 years ago when I first started on NASCAR Heat 5. And we're going to get to see this car and see how competitive, see if we can't get Noah Gragson in the playoffs or at least maybe win a race. Hopefully he won't have too bad of a season. Obviously, maybe High Side Motorsports will decide to buy another charter for next year. Maybe we'll buy multiple. Maybe we'll sell ours, go out of business. Never know. We'll take advantage of this opportunity here. Noah Gragson, the driver. And that's going to get to see Noah Gragson in the 98 car for myself, High Side Motorsports. So with that being said, those are the 36 full-time cars, a couple part-timers. So here are the part-timers. David Starr. Here in the 13. Part-time. Austin Hill, we talked about him. Riley Herbst, J.J. Yaley, talked about them. Here is the 3 Rick Ware cars. So, I didn't even realize that. So, they actually have 5 cars. Yeah, they have the 15 and the 51 running full-time. And then they have these 3 cars. I'm going to have to do something. I just thought of that. Can't have 5 cars. Maybe they'll lease one to somebody else. We'll get there. None of them are running the 500, so... Josh Bullocky in the 52, Cody Ware in the 53, Garrett Smithley in the 54, Reed Sorensen running the 55, unsponsored, Timmy Hill running the 66, sponsor on the hood, and then BJ McLeod 78. So, and then we talked about the rest of them: Reagan, Alfredo, Johnson, Yaley, Herbst, and Austin Hill. So, that being said, boys, let's get Season 2 underway. Christopher Bell, the defending champion. Let's see who is going to get it done here for the Daytona 500. It'll be a 40-lapper just like a year ago, just to make sure we can get pit stops. 40 laps. Making sure all these settings are correct. And boys, what do you say we go to Daytona and get some practice underway? Hopefully all the settings are right. Hopefully I don't have to go back and change anything. Always an hour and a half of practice. We'll accelerate that like we usually do. Di Benedetto looking strong right off the rip here. Chris Buescher to the top. We know the Fords are good here. Oh, there's a couple Toyotas to the top of the board. Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick. Christopher Bell. Noah Gragson, our car, up to 5th. Going to be rooting for him. Obviously, it's Daytona and it's practice, so you're not going to get a feel of how competitive each car will be this season. If you guys want to see the statistics from a season ago, just go back and look at those. All of those are still on YouTube. All the points from after each race, all that. Toyota 1, 2, 3, 4. Gibbs, Wallace, Reddick, and Bell. See the RCR cars together in 26th and 27th, Dillon and Busch. Looks like the lap times are slowing down here. Noah Gragson 8th right now. Kyle Busch up to 4th. Hamlin up to 5th. These Toyotas looking quick. We'll see what happens in qualifying. And that will be next. And I'm probably will just skip warm up because this is pointless. Alright. Gragson ended up 11th. Here we go. William Byron already on the pole here. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex, the top 5. We go ahead and we'll scroll down the list here. Looks like J.J. Yaley starting in the back. Justin Haley, Cole Custer. Looking at some of these guys here. See if anybody did exceptionally well. Noah Gragson starting 16th. Doesn't look like anything crazy. Jimmy Johnson 27th. Legacy cars are together. Alright, well. Chevy, Toyota, Chevy, Toyota, Toyota, Ford, Toyota, Chevy, Toyota. Wow, Fords are not existent here in qualifying. Alright, so Kyle Larson, the Daytona 500 winner from a season ago. Can he back it up?
Drivers to their cars.
Alright, here we are. Cars are on track here for the Daytona 500. You can see 3 Hendrick cars inside the top 4. This has been all Toyota and all Gibbs and all Hendricks. Hendricks looking quick here. Makes me wonder where the 48 car qualified. Alex Bowman. Not too far back. Looks like he's around 12th. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. About 13th, 14th. Trying to turn the engine up. It's really quiet. Here we go. Season 2. It's about to be underway. Let's get it. Green flag is in the air. Why is there no sound? I need some sound. This is annoying me. We'll get it fixed, I hope. It sound that way. Actually, look at it from this point of view. Here's all the cars storm by. William Byron out front here. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr. Ryan Blaney, the first Ford, up to 5th. Logano also inside the top 10. So we scroll through the field. Got to check out what is going on here. Lap 2 of 40. Here's Michael McDowell running about 20th with both Trackhouse cars. There's Chase Briscoe in the 14. Stuart Haas cars. We go through the field, see if anybody's having good runs, bad runs so far. Eric Jones making some spots. Austin Hill, David Reagan doing one-offs right there together. Same thing with Riley Herbst and Jimmy Johnson. All of them together. Olson Cindric, not a good start here. Josh Berry running outside the top 30 right now. Oh, there's Riley Herbst. Must have been, what was I thinking of then? Oh, that's, Todd Gilliland. I was thinking, or Zane Smith. Jeez, I'm already making mistakes. Zane Smith that I was thinking of. Back to the front of the field here. William Byron has lost a ton of spots already. Must have lost the lead. There's Noah Gragson up to that 11th spot. Denny Hamlin in the lead. Chase Elliott looking for it. Elliott can take the lead here. Kyle Busch right behind him. Here comes Keselowski. Will we see the big one? Will we see a wreck? I think Daytona went caution-free a season ago, but if you want to see a wreck fest, go watch Bristol. That one was a mess to watch. Though the second race, for some reason, was way better, so curious to see how that's going to work this season. Kyle Busch looking for the lead here underneath Chase Elliott. He's going to get it, or at least he's going to get underneath him. Keselowski, here comes Bowman and Christopher Bell. So we've already seen some passes and some lead changes being made here. Here's the entirety of the field. Not too far apart here. You can hear the RPMs. You can hear that car screaming down the backstretch. We can go to the cockpit view here. Yeah, that car is screaming. It's red limiting, but it's only at 60-something thousand RPMs. There's 60-100. About 6,500. About 70 almost. Should not be screaming like that. Let's go ahead and check another car from the cockpit. Keselowski, the same thing. They're all running similar RPMs here. Good cam here of Ryan Blaney. William Byron back almost to the 20th spot. Keselowski now looking for the lead, bringing Christopher Bell and Chris Buescher with him. Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman here on the outside. Truex as well looking to get to the front. Here comes Noah Gragson. Can he win? Can Highside Motorsports win in their debut as he goes to the outside? Going to give the inside here to Tyler Reddick. The defending champion, Christopher Bell. All over Brad Keselowski here. I think he's going to get the spot on him. And that quickly, no Hendrick cars right now inside the top 5. Bowman and Elliott right there, right outside the top 5, but pretty interesting being that they started 1st, 3rd, and 4th. And the ones that started 1st, 3rd, and 4th, those are the ones furthest back. Elliott is right there, but Alex Bowman started 13th, and he's almost inside the top 5 here as Keselowski falls back on the outside. Here comes Noah Gragson. Some fight out of Noah Gragson here early in this one. So cool to see that 98 back on track. As we look through the field here, Matt DiBenedetto was just wondering where he was at. Up to the 12th spot. Bub Wallace trying to make his way to the front. Byron trying to make his way back to the front. You can see just how far back the 6 of Brad Keselowski fell. All the way back to 13th. Briscoe, you see Reddick was up there. Now he's falling back. Austin Hill making his way to the front. We're seeing a lot of passes in this one. A lot of passes. You can see the Legacy Motor Club cars working together. John Hunter Nemechek, Eric Jones very close. Jimmy Johnson not too far back in the picture. See Michael McDowell good at these style races, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Can they make their way to the front? They're trying to come. Here, Jimmy Johnson right there. We'll see what spot he's in. 23rd, so he gained 4 spots in that lap. David Reagan, Dylan right there. Reddick all the way back to 27th. Corey LaJoie up to 28th. Started pretty far back. There's Daniel Hemrick, Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, Ty Gibbs. Some guys here outside the top 30 having a rough one. See Cole Custer. Looks like nobody's lost the draft, though. Competitive field here today. A.J. Allmendinger, Riley Herbst rounding out the field right now. Back to the lead. Martin Truex Jr. to the lead, taking it from the defending champ, Christopher Bell. Alex Bowman following to second. Noah Gragson under fire here. He's 4th. Looks like he's going to keep 4th, actually, from Daniel Suarez, who had a pretty good season last year. Made the playoffs pretty easily. He was around 10th to 12th most of the season in standings. 10th, 11th, 12th. Daniel Suarez, a good season a season ago. Ryan Blaney right there. He won 2 races late in the season. I want to say he got to the championship 4. You know, let's talk about a story from a season ago. Hendrick Motorsports, talk about a collapse when they got to the playoffs. So first off, they had Alex Bowman. He missed it entirely. Didn't even make the playoffs. He was so close, didn't get in. Okay, so they got 3 cars in. Elliott winless, but still competitive, still top 5 in points. He still had William Byron, Kyle Larson up there winning some races, being competitive. Okay, they start the playoffs. Round of 16. Everybody looks good. Final race, Chase Elliott eliminated in the round of 16. Then they go to the round of 12, and you thought, wow, that's the worst thing that could have happened to Hendrick Motorsports. One of their most best drivers. 3 wide here for second, by the way. Bowman, Blaney, and Gragson. Gragson on the top. Blaney went to the middle. Bowman on the bottom. Here comes Matt DiBenedetto as well. Speaking of Byron, coming back up into this fight. Logano right there. Hamlin right there. And we got some Fords in the mix up here. Noah Gragson, one of them, but falling back. Like I was saying, though. Okay, so then we go to the round of 12. William Byron, Kyle Larson, 2 drivers that are top 5. This should be pretty safe. William Byron has an issue, and next thing you know, he eliminated in the round of 12. So now we're in the round of 8. Hendrick Motorsports has 1 car left, Kyle Larson, comfortably in the championship 4. Then they go to Phoenix, the second to last race of the season. Issues happen. Kyle Larson eliminated in the round of 8. So Bowman missed the playoffs. Elliott eliminated in the round of 16. You would have thought that's the worst thing that could happen to Hendricks. Get one of their top cars eliminated in the round of 16. Then they lose another one in the round of 12. Then they lose their final one, Kyle Larson, in the round of 8. Not a single Hendricks car was in the championship 4 a season ago, and they're going to try and change that this season. You had Denny Hamlin. I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was Hamlin. I think Truex, maybe. He might have missed it. Obviously, Bell was there. Blaney. I know he won 2 races late in the season. It could have been Blaney. I'm struggling to remember who. I can go back and look once this thing is done, but I'm not 100% sure. You guys can go back and look if you want to know, but Christopher Bell ended up getting it done there late in the season. Oh, Ross Chastain, I'm pretty sure, was one that made it. I think he finished second in the standings. I think Chastain made it, but here we are, season later. Daytona 500 right now. Ryan Blaney out front. Alex Bowman is second. DiBenedetto passing Truex for third and fourth. Keselowski that quickly right back into the mix. They're making passes today. Keselowski fell back to about 15th after taking the lead, and now he's back up almost inside the top 5. Noah Gragson fighting back. Here comes Kyle Larson, defending Daytona 500 champion. Next week, second race of the season will be Rockingham. Bubba Wallace, after Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain dominated that race a season ago. Neither of them got it. It came down to a weird caution. Bubba got the lead, and Bubba Wallace ended up winning that race. And kind of a bad year for Bubba. I don't even think he would have made the playoffs on points. I think he was like 17th, 18th in points. But looking to turn it around this year. Not really in contention so far in this one, though. Alex Bowman out front. DiBenedetto to second. DiBenedetto looking for the lead. Would it be for him to win in his first race with the Wood brothers? Hamlin left out on the top side. Here comes Keselowski now. Gragson in pursuit. Still a lot of cars here fighting for up in this lead pack here. 3 wide for second again. Hamlin losing some spots. He was the loser out of that. The 6, I think, is going to clear the 21. He is. What a move there by Keselowski. Austin Hill started outside the top 25, I'm pretty sure, up to 10th. Kyle Busch with him, back to the front. Jimmy Johnson just inside the top 20. William Byron lost a lot of spots. He was 19th, and when he crosses the line here, I think he's going to be like 26th, 27th. Chastain. Oh, Chase Elliott back here, around 30th. He was fighting for the lead, lost a lot of spots. Chase Elliott back to, he'll be 27th. Now 26th as he passes the 10. Ty Gibbs struggling so far in this one. Here's some Stewart-Haas cars, Barry and Priest. Front row cars struggling, all 3 of them together here. McDowell, Zane Smith, and Riley Herbst at the very back of the field. Allmendinger struggling. Haley, Hocevar, J.J. Yaley, Cindric, and Austin Dillon rounding out the field. Back at the front, though, Matt DiBenedetto to the lead. Still leading here. Here comes some Hendrick cars. Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman back into the mix. Larson looking for the lead here. Bringing Suarez with. Seen a lot of names, man. These guys have been passing back and forth. This has been a good race so far. These guys duking it out here. Yeah, there's going to be tracks. Like, I know Atlanta, when we get there, that's going to be phenomenal. One of the best races we've seen a season ago. And then we're going to go to places like Martinsville. They're not going to pass too much, so glad to see him racing it out here for the Daytona 500. We've seen 5, 6, 7, maybe more leaders so far in this one. Kyle Larson to the point for the first time today. Suarez has not led. He's up to second. Could also add his name to the leading laps list. Once this thing is done, we'll be able to see how many cars led today and who led the most laps. I'm not sure. Unless somebody starts dominating here as we're halfway through this race. I don't know. Whoever leads the most laps might only lead a handful. Nobody's led for more than a couple laps. Benedetto now falling back on the outside. Outside's not been too competitive today. You can see Eric Jones up to the front here. He's up to 6th. John Hunter Nemechek way back there, about 20th. So looks like he left him as they were together for the first part of this race. Chase Briscoe right behind Benedetto, getting some more Fords up here. Gregson Logano, there's 4 of them right there. Blaney up there towards the front. Can these Fords start throwing their hat in the ring? A couple of them have led, but I feel like a majority of the cars at the front has been Chevys, Toyotas. Right now, Chevy, Toyota, Ford right now, the top 5. But then Toyota, Ford. So here comes Bowman. Suarez to the lead. Bowman by Larson. Truex coming with Blaney and Jones right there in 5th and 6th. You guys can see the rest of the field there. Looks like Chase Elliott. I don't think he looks like he's mid-20s anymore. Maybe low 20s, which means he's made some passes. Trying to get that win. Has not won yet. He's come close. Had many second-place finishes. Still 24th, though. Chastain, 23rd. Bubba Wallace, 22nd. Corey LaJoie up to 21st. Austin Hill, Hemrick, and Hamlin right there. Bowman looking for the lead here on Suarez. Pit stops also should make a difference here. 3 wide for second again. Truex, Larson, and Bowman. Seems like when they make that move in the tri-oval, the one that goes to the middle comes out in the best spot. I mean, Truex made that move. We saw Keselowski make the move, and he's way out there in second. Suarez and Truex pulling away from the pack, but here they come roaring back here. Alex Bowman right there. Eric Jones, Christopher Bell. Man, I'm glad they're all racing. Not going to know who wins this thing till probably the very end. Logano's been quiet. He hasn't been inside the top 5 at all, but he's been inside the top 10, I feel like, this whole time. So, keeping himself in position right there in that 9th spot. I think he's actually going to get, he might be 6th, 7th, 8th here. Jones going to get him at the line. Still 9th. Nope, 7th, so he would have been 6th. Yeah, 7th right there. But now he's 8th as Busch gets by. But Truex. Martin Truex Jr. now out front. Running the same paint scheme from a season ago. I believe I left all 4 of the Gibbs cars alone. But I did change the 14. I changed the 48. Both those cars looking better. I changed the 43, the 8. I left Suarez alone. I left Logano alone. $15 to go, and I believe they do have to make a pit stop here, so. Imagine if Jimmy Johnson wins it. I believe he's inside the top 10 now. That's one thing we haven't seen yet is somebody, I wouldn't say a back marker, but I'd say somebody who's, doing one-offs. We haven't seen any of those guys win yet. Jimmy Johnson, Austin Hill, Riley Herbst, David Reagan, J.J. Yaley. Trying to remember all the guys, Anthony Alfredo. All of those guys with an opportunity in this race to make it happen. I believe the best running one is Jimmy Johnson right now. Yep, right there. And he brought David Reagan with him. So, Truex, Bowman, keeping themselves up front all day. Let's go ahead and look at the total running order here. Chase Elliott's up to 18th. Kyle Larson back to 21st. Byron 22nd. Bowman qualified by far the worst of the 3. The only one inside the top 15. So Bowman up there trying to win for Hendrick Motorsports. As you look through here, LaJoie's up to 16th. Look at the Spider cars. Hocevar 30th. DiBenedetto back to 38th. Hamlin, guys that were leading way back. I don't think anybody's going to get lapped, though. Nobody's more than 5.7 back, so no. Nobody should get lapped unless we have a wreck. Bubba Wallace. Logano's still inside the top 10. You see it's changing a little bit here. Elliott losing more spots back to 27th. Blaney, Gregson, Jones, all guys that were up here recently. What happened to Jones? I mean, I'm talking like just a couple laps ago. Oh, you can see they're all coming on him right here. Lost a lot of spots. Oh, these guys are getting into it back here. Elliott, Larson. Falling way back. We were 3 wide back here. Or we were, I think. Back at the front here, Martin Truex Jr. holding them off. If they do have to pit, which I think they do, that should make some things interesting. Actually, we may have had a caution last year. I don't think we did, but I'm not sure. Bowman, Truex putting a gap on him. Bowman looking for the lead here. Not going to get it. Briscoe up to 3rd. Busher and Gregson rounding out the top 5. Suarez, not Gregson. A lot of blue cars. Oh, a ton of blue cars. Ooh. Briscoe, Busher. Close right there. Briscoe looking to the outside of Bowman. Busher going to try and take that spot now. You've seen the outside not really work today at all. Coming to 10 to go. I'm pretty sure they got a pit. We'll see if it happens. Scrolling through the field here. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. rounding out the top 20. Corey LaJoie right there. Looks like he was 14th, so lost a lot of spots. You see Christopher Bell back there. Cole Custer up to about 20th or so. Nobody's really falling too far back, though, as you scroll through here. Larson way back, 35th now. Benedetto hasn't come back. Allmendinger's just had a rough day. Hocevar's had a rough day. These guys have been in the back all day. Bowman, meanwhile, is taking the lead. Truex to 2nd. Daniel Suarez 3rd. David Reagan 4th. And Tyler Reddick on the outside right there, 5th. Could lose a spot to Briscoe. Will lose a spot to Briscoe, looks like. Nine to go. And will they pit? That's another thing, is will they pit? I don't think there's a way for me to find out. I don't know. This isn't accurate, though. 63 laps of gas, but this is not accurate. I've seen this be way off many times, so I don't think there's a way to know. You don't get 63 laps here, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you only get like 40-something, 30-something, I think. Thought it was 30-something or high 20s, but we're on lap 33 now. Truex back to the point. Trying to see if anybody made any pit stops. No, looks like everybody's out there yet. Tell you what, Truex is strong. Since he's got to the front, he's been hard to pass. Bowman got by him once. Truex passed him right back. You know, we've seen other guys get the lead, and they've done nothing but race, race, race. But Truex has got it, and he's held it. Gonna be watching for pit road every time they go by now. If they're gonna hit it, I don't know. 7 to go. Bowman falling back. Here comes Suarez, Briscoe, and Keselowski. Kyle Busch right there. Hemrick inside the top 10 brought, I don't know if that's Noah Gragson or Jimmy Johnson with, but it's one of them. Looks like Jimmy Johnson. Six to go. Here we go. There's one Hendrick card in this lead pack here. Being that they started 1, 3, and 4, that is surprising. So we got a Gibbs car, a Trackhouse car, a Roush car, a Haas car, an RCR car, a Colleague car, Legacy Motor Club, Jimmy Johnson. Then you got, actually, it looks like you do have, I think Byron's up here. So it looks like you do have a Hendricks car. Yep. Penske car, 2311 car. This entire top 12 or whatever it is, it's literally every team in the field just about. Coming to 5 to go. Truex now losing spots. Penske car, 2311. Alright, there's finally, right, two 2311 cars. Then Roush, then Hendricks, RCR. Alright, then we're starting to get into some repeats. But yeah, no, this entire top 12 is literally one of like every team in the field. Keselowski now looking underneath Suarez, wasting no time. We saw Keselowski get a win last season. Can he get another one? Second career win in this series if it happens. We can have the playoff picture screwed up completely here if we have like a Daniel Hemrick win, you know, or if you have guys around the cut like the top 3 or expected to be around the cut like the top 3, Keselowski, Briscoe, Suarez. If they win, you know, could lock themselves in. But if Hemrick wins, that's big. Jimmy Johnson wouldn't affect anything at all. Four to go. Coming to 3 to go. Here comes Briscoe. Hemrick, Johnson. This is about to get good, boys. I don't think they're going to pit, so if they do, it's going to throw this whole thing out of proportion because it's going to be really late in the game. I don't want to see... we saw a couple races in like that last season where guys were pitting on the last lap, 2 to go. We've got 3 to go here. Keselowski out front. Here comes the Fords. You got Briscoe. That's it for Fords, actually. Those two. And then you got Chevy, Toyota, Chevy, Chevy. Jimmy Johnson, the only Toyota up here. Got Truex a little further back. Here we go. This is going to get good. Suarez now falling outside the top 5. Here comes Briscoe looking for the lead. Hemrick is right there. Jimmy Johnson, William Byron. Here comes Briscoe underneath Keselowski. We're going to be coming to 2 to go. Can Daniel Hemrick win in his debut with Colleague? Can Jimmy Johnson win and get another NASCAR Cup Series victory? Oh, Hemrick underneath Briscoe. Briscoe tried to shut the door. Hemrick is there. 2 to go. Here comes Jimmy Johnson. Oh my gosh, can Jimmy get it done? 2 to go. Daniel Hemrick out front. Here comes Jimmy Johnson. William Byron and Truex behind. Is Jimmy there? He's there. Underneath him. Looking for the lead here. Going to be coming to the white flag this time. 2 by 2, the top 8. Jimmy Johnson out front. William Byron wasting no time looking underneath him, but I don't think he's there. Jimmy can shut the door and get clear here. Can a Hendrick car win it after all? William Byron to second. White flag. Here we are. Jimmy Johnson leading at Daytona. Can Jimmy get it done? Guard that bottom, Jimmy. Here comes William Byron, Martin Truex, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch. We got some big names up here now. Guard the bottom. William Byron looking low. Jimmy gives it to him. William's going to be there. Truex goes to the outside. I think he is there. He is. Truex to the outside. Here comes Reddick. William Byron. Can Hendricks sweep the 500s here? It's going to happen. Jimmy Johnson passed on the last lap. Tyler Reddick going to make a run at it. William Byron to the line is going to win. And William Byron, already a winner this season. Just like real life, the Daytona 500 champion in 2024. He started, he finished where he started. William Byron started first, finished first. He gets it. What a race. Oh, I feel for Jimmy. I wanted Jimmy to win so bad. William Byron, Tyler Reddick. Jimmy gets third. As we go down the field here, you can see Larson back around 30th. Elliott outside the top 30. 32nd. It's a bad day all around for Hendricks. Other than they got the win. Byron got it done. You can see Bowman even finished 22nd after running well all day. Benedetto doesn't get the finish he deserves. Noah Gragson doesn't get the finish he deserved. Larson, Blaney, Bell. This field was all over the place today. Haley ends up 14th. Suarez was up there, finishes 15th. Chastain rebounded for 16th. Logano. Hemrick ended up 11th. Almost won. Ended up 11th. Stenhouse top 10. Jimmy Johnson, oh so close, but William Byron wins it. And Hendrick Motorsports is 2 for 2 for the 500s. Kyle Larson, a season to go. William Byron today gets it done. You guys can see that right there. So he's locked in the playoffs already. We'll be going to Rockingham, where Bubba Wallace got it done a season ago. Laps led. Truex led the most with 13. Nobody else led more than 4. We ended up with 14 different leaders today. Nobody finished a lap down. Nobody DNF'd. William Byron starts off with a pole, a win. Everything's good after William Byron. Alright guys, that is going to do it. Appreciate you guys for watching. Season 2, we're back. Stronger than ever. See you guys.